Mustelinagips, also known as black-footed ferrets, are species of small carnivorous mammals that are native to North America. They are also members of the Mustelidae family, which also includes weasels, otters, and minks. Black-footed ferrets have many relatives, some of them being Siberian polecats, otters, and badgers.
The black-footed ferret is one of the most endangered animals in North America and is considered one of the rarest mammals in the world. They are critically endangered. The species was once found all throughout the Great Plains of North America, with their numbers ranging in the 10,000s. But their numbers have been severely depleted due to habitat loss, disease, and other factors, with only a few hundred of them remaining. The species is one of the only 3 ferret species on Earth. Black-footed ferrets are, on average, approximately 19 to 24 inches in length and weigh around 1 to 3 pounds, with males being slightly larger than females.
They have long, slender body and short legs. Their fur is light brown with black markings on their legs, tail, and face, and they have distinctive black masks around their eyes. Black-footed ferrets are endothermic homeotherms because they can regulate their body temperatures through metabolic processes. This means that unlike ectothermic poikilotherms, their body temperature isn't derived from the temperature around them. The black-footed ferret is a solitary animal, except during breeding season, which occurs in late winter or early spring. After a gestation period of around 40 days, the female gives birth to a litter of 3 to 5 kits. The kits are born blind and helpless and are dependent on their mother for several months before they are able to hunt on their own.
Conservation efforts for the black-footed ferret have been ongoing since the 1980s. In 1981, it was believed that the species was extinct, but a small population was discovered in Wyoming. Since then, captive breeding programs have been established and efforts have been made to reintroduce the species into the wild. As of 2021, there are estimated to be around 300 black-footed ferrets living in the wild and around 500 in captivity.
Humans have tried their best to recover and build up the black-footed ferret population. Even with many people trying to keep their population alive, we predict that the species will eventually go extinct. This is because, even with high recovery efforts, the 2 key threats still remain, causing the chance of surviving to be low. If the species were to go extinct, the loss of this species would change the genetic diversity, the food web, and the population size of the prey.
With its unique physical attributes and ecological role, the ferret plays a vital role in maintaining the balance of prairie ecosystems. Examining their feeding habits and interactions with prairie dogs highlights the unique ecological relationship between these 2 species. Reintroducing black-footed ferrets into the wild presents numerous challenges such as habitat restoration, disease management, and predator control. Highlighting successful reintroduction projects helps us understand the path to recovery for the species. The black-footed ferret plays a vital role as a keystone species in the prairie ecosystems. Its dependence on prairie dogs helps regulate their population and maintains the health and balance of the grassland ecosystem.
The black-footed ferret species helps contribute to the health of the ecosystem because they help keep its prey population in check and preserve the integrity of the remaining natural environments of the Great Plains. Since black-footed ferrets eat prairie dogs, there is a lower chance of a human getting attacked by one. People have reported that a prairie dog bite is one of the worst animal bites they have ever gotten before.
Black-footed ferrets are primarily nocturnal, which means they are most active at night. They are medium-sized carnivores, and the trophic level is that of a secondary consumer. As a secondary consumer, the black-footed ferrets feed on primarily small mammals. During the night, they have an easier time hunting for prey, which consists of mainly prairie dogs and other small rodents who are herbivorous primary mammals. They are also known to eat birds, reptiles, and insects. This allows them to obtain energy and nutrients. Black-footed ferrets also have adaptations that make it easier for them to live at night, such as large eyes that help them see in the dark and large concave ears which help them hear and detect prey or predators that might be lurking in the dark.
And the average lifespan of a ferret in the wild is 1 to 3 years.
The black-footed ferret exhibits several notable reproductive adaptations. For example, induced ovulation. A female ferret will not release eggs until she mates. Also, season breeding, as stated before. This synchronized breeding is thought to be an adaptation to ensure that young ferrets are born when food availability is high. Lastly, there is cooperative breeding. This is when multiple females within a social group assist in raising the kits. Non-breeding females may help with caring for and nursing the young. This cooperative behavior raises the survival rate of the offspring. Most of the grasslands that the black-footed ferret live in were converted into farmlands. Since prairie dogs have a bad reputation for competing with cattle for food and forage materials, farmers often take to shooting or poisoning them. This makes it so there are fewer prairie dogs in the area, which make it harder for black-footed ferrets to get food. Additionally, poisoning prairie dogs not only affects black-footed ferrets, but any animal that feeds on the poisoned carcass. Rosyl, an extremely dangerous and poisonous pesticide, is toxic enough to kill any animal who feeds on the poisoned carcass as long as it persists in the environment. Not only do prairie dogs make up about 90% of their diet, but black-footed ferrets also use their burrows as dens to raise their young, escape predators, and hide from harsh weather. Ferrets are also threatened by diseases like the Sylvatic plague. Sylvatic plague is a bacterial disease that is transmitted via fleas that can wipe out entire colonies of ferrets after it's introduced.
In conclusion, the black-footed ferret is a fascinating and endangered species that plays an important role in the ecosystem of the Great Plains region of North America. Conservation efforts are ongoing to ensure the survival of this rare and unique animal.